Hi y'all, it's Ask Alice. It's a great Saturday to stay at home in your pajamas and messy hair and really not care. I hope you're doing the same, and if not, I hope this video finds you at home, rested, and at peace. Today we are reading Characteristics of Adult Children of Alcoholics from Very Well Minds. This information comes from the American Psychological Association. It is a well-documented set of character traits. You can look this up yourself. I will list my cited sources in the comment section or my description below. Please, if this information resonates with you, go ahead and leave something in the comment section or reach out to your local Adult Children of Alcoholics support group, Al-Anon, and please start healing yourself. Or if you're further along, be a blessing. It says, if you grew up in a home with a parent who misused alcohol, you're probably familiar with the feeling of not knowing what to expect from one day to the next. When both parents struggle with addiction, the home environment is predictably unpredictable. I know that I most definitely resonate with this. You know, when you grew up in a house like this, you know, it could be sunshine, rainbows one day and an absolute storm the next. You don't know who you're getting, what kind of parents you have, what kind of world you're walking into. And I know that in my personal experience, I could have somebody who loved me one day and somebody who hated me the next, and it was absolutely crazy. Arguments, inconsistency, unreliability, and chaos tend to run rampant. Children of alcoholics don't get many of their emotional needs met due to these challenges, often leading to skewed behavior, difficulties, and properly caring for themselves and feelings later in life. If you were never given the attention and emotional support you needed during a key developmental time in your youth, instead you were preoccupied with dysfunctional behavior, it may certainly be hard to know how to get your needs met as an adult. Furthermore, if you lacked positive foundational relationships, it may be difficult to develop healthy, trusting interpersonal relationships later on. Have you ever found yourself like at work with your boss or with your significant other and you needed to speak up for yourself, or they needed to know what you needed from them, and you absolutely just could not tell them what you needed? You couldn't speak up, you couldn't talk, you couldn't get anything out because it's terrifying. You just shut down. You can't trust anybody. You can't develop any kind of relationship with people. It's absolutely terrifying to do that. And so it's weird because although you were scared because you were in an inconsistent household, you didn't know what you'd get. You're giving that to other people. They don't know what they're going to get from you. So you're creating this pattern and you don't even know it. Children of alcoholics often have to deny their feelings of sadness, fear, and anger in order to survive. Since unresolved feelings will always surface eventually, they often manifest during adulthood. The advantage to recognizing that you're an adult now and no longer a helpless child can help you face these issues and find a resolution in a way you couldn't back then. This is a graphic of some adult children of alcoholics' common traits. See if you might connect to some of these. Some common traits of adult children of alcoholics are isolation. You found yourself just wanting to be away from everyone and everything
And you're more comfortable that way when you don't have to be around family and friends for a period of time. You just need to get away. You can't answer your phone. You can't text back to people. Approval seeking. You have to get that thumbs up from people. You want people to tell you that you're doing a good job, and you just don't feel that you're doing well until people do. You have low self-esteem, and it feels like it's incurable. It's absolutely incurable. And your self-esteem is only filled when you get approval. You have a fear of abandonment. You just know that people are going to leave you eventually. And no matter how long that relationship lasts, they're going to go. Victim perspective. You just know that somebody's going to do something to you. You're going to get hurt. And so you've got to build this wall around you to protect yourself. Everybody's got a gun, and it's pointed at you. A fear of authority. Anybody in a position of power is going to hurt you. Do you feel that way? Your boss is going to fire you. Your parents are going to hurt you. The police are out to get you. And even though they might not be out you every day, it just feels that way. And you're most definitely going to behave because you want to avoid any kind of conflict with them. So you're very compliant. Or maybe you've gone the other way. You reject their authority. Could go the other way. Growing up in these kind of families, it has lasting effects. And from what I understand, it rewires the way your brain works. Many children of adult alcoholics have similar characteristics and personality traits. In her 1983 landmark book, Adult Children of Alcoholics, Janet G. Wojcicki outlined 13 of them. Dr. Jan, as she's known, was a lecturer, best-selling author, and counselor who was also married to an alcoholic. Okay? Based on her personal experience with alcoholism and its effect on her children, as well as her work with clients who were raised in dysfunctional families, Janet discovered that these common characteristics are prevalent not only in adult alcoholic families, but also in families with other compulsive behaviors. Examples of behaviors include gambling, drug abuse, or overeating. Other types of dysfunction, such as parents who were chronically ill or held strict religious attitudes, were also impacted. She cited that these traits are very common. You have to guess at what normal is. You ever just find yourself looking around at everybody else and just trying to do what they're doing because you're not sure how you're supposed to behave? Have difficulty following a project through from the beginning to the end. You want to start something and you just can't follow through. Lie when it would just be easy to tell the truth. Because you want to impress people. You feel like it's necessary to survive. You feel like your answer isn't good enough. You feel like you're trying to create something that's impressive or something that's better than you. Or it just rattles out of your mouth for some reason. I don't know. You judge yourself without mercy. You have difficulty having fun. You take yourself very seriously. You have difficulty with intimate relationships. That's a big one. Overreact to changes of which you have no control. Do you get in a situation where you can't change it, and you feel like you're losing your mind, and you have to find some way to take charge of that right now. Someone is sick, you can't fix that sickness, but you've got to fix everything around it. You lost your job, you can't fix losing that job, but you have to fix that situation immediately. You can't get somebody to clean, but you're going to go clean it for them. You have to have control of every situation in your life as much as humanly possible. It's safer that way. You constantly seek approval and affirmation because you don't have any in yourself. You've got to have it filled by other people. You feel that you're different from other people. There's just this nagging feeling that you're not the same as anyone else. Something's been damaged in you, or something's off. You're super responsible, or you've gone the opposite way, and you're super irresponsible. You're extremely loyal, even in the face of evidence that loyalty is extremely not deserved. It's toxic loyalty. When somebody has done everything to lose your trust and has done everything to give you a reason to walk away from them, and you're still there because you think it's going to change, it's going to get better, you can help them, you can make things last, or you can fix them, or you can care for them. Toxic loyalty. You're impulsive. You like to do things in the moment. People tend to lock themselves in a course of action without giving serious consideration to alternative behaviors or possible consequences. You think fast, you move fast, and then you deal with it later. A person's impulsivity can lead to confusion, self-loathing, and loss of control over their environment. In addition, the person spends an excessive amount of energy cleaning up that mess. So, you've moved fast, you've made a decision because it felt good at the time, or it felt like the right thing, or maybe you were just confused as to what to do, and so you just took the thing that felt like the next right thing, and it was definitely the wrong thing, and now you gotta clean it up. Now you put yourself in the cycle. It leads to a lot of confusion in your life. This can lead you to ending up with a lot of coping skills that you developed as children, and you now have this as an adult and you carry it. Here's a list of other character traits that you also might have, and they can become problematic in your life. Isolation has been repeated again. Fear of authority, being approval seeking. You can be frightened of angry people, and you're constantly looking for anger in others. You are terrified of criticism, especially personal criticism. If they go after you personally, that's going to put you out, take you down. You might become an alcoholic yourself. You might be married to them, or you can become both. You're in danger. You view your life as a victim. You have an overwhelming sense of responsibility. You can become more concerned with others than yourself. And you might feel like becoming concerned with yourself is the ultimate sin. That having any concern for yourself at all, you might as well put yourself in a grave. because it makes you a horrible person. It's absolutely not true, but it's one of the lies that we have learned as children. You feel guilty when you stand up for yourself. You become addicted to excitement and adventure. You confuse love and pity, and you're not really sure which one it is. You don't know if people love you or they just feel sorry for you. You love people who need rescuing. You fall in love with people you think you can save. You stuff your feelings on the inside. You're real good at bottling that stuff up. You lose the ability to feel. You're real good at going numb. You have very low self-esteem. You can judge yourself extremely harshly. No one hates you more than you. You become terrified of abandonment. You do anything to hold on to a relationship. That can get crazy. You can become a para-alcoholic. You're a person who would take on the characteristics of a disease without drinking. So you have all the characteristics of an alcoholic, even if you never touch a beer. Touch alcohol. It's a little wild. You can become reactors instead of actors. So it's like you're walking through your life and you're just reacting to situations instead of taking action to them. Many adult children of alcoholics lose themselves in the relationships of others. They find themselves attracted to alcoholics, compulsive personalities, workaholics. Married to one of those. Or people who are emotionally unavailable. You're trying to rescue people. You're trying to meet their needs. But you never take care of yourself. If any of this stuff resonates with you, you're encouraged to seek support from Al-Anon, from the Adult Children of Alcoholics. You can look up online meetings. The links are below. And I know that I resonate with the majority of these things. I'm coming to realize that when you have no love for yourself, when you feel like caring for yourself as a human being is the ultimate sin, when surrounding yourself with people who drain you instead of fill you, when you do that, it's going to lead you to an early grave. It's the only thing that I can tell you. It leads to a loss of yourself. It leads to depression. It leads to anxiety. It leads to a hole that you're going to fill it with something. Exhaustion. Messy hair on a Saturday. I ask the void every day what my purpose in life is. And if you would have asked me in my 20s what it was, I would have said, boy, I don't have one.
If you would have asked me in my early 30s, I would have said, boy, I want to fix the world. And today, I have put a quote on my wall and I keep it there. Because I achieve too much and I try to give too much of myself. And I run myself into the ground. And so, what is my purpose in life? I asked the void. What if I told you you filled it when you took an extra hour to talk to that kid about his life, said the voice. Or when you paid that young couple in the restaurant. Or when you saved that young dog in traffic. Or when you tied the little kid's shoes. You see, your problem is that you equate your purpose with goal-based achievement. The universe isn't interested in our achievements. It's just interested in our hearts. And when we choose to act out of kindness and compassion and love, we're already aligned with our true purpose. And you don't have to look any further. We just have to keep healing. Go in peace. Have a great day.